back. Hello. What's going on, compadres? You know the deal. This is the Iconist Podcast, and I am one of your funky hosts on this show. I said funky. Let's get it straight. Clean your ears. Barry 3D stands for Deep, Dark, Delicious. You know the deal. You know how it goes. Glad to be back. The sun is shining. My eyes are open. And I'm always joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the one that makes the turntables go back and forth, the one that keeps the booties shaking on the dance floor, the one that puts up with my madness, the one that adds to the madness, the legend himself that don't stop to the drop. That's what I'm talking about. If you're watching it, the man with the white headphones and the background and all that nonsense, the one and only, my cousin,
DJ Rodsy. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Iconist. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have some fun today. I hope you are sit back and relax. We're going to take you down a route that you've never been here before. You're going to love it. Strap in. I don't know which side of the country you are. You got to strap this way, or you strap that way, or you're doing double because you're going on a roller coaster of fun. We're going in, people. All right? I'm sure you all read and know what we're about to do. But Barry, tell me what we're about to do.
Oh, man, like you were saying, strap in? Yeah, we're talking 5-point harness, and that goes for this episode. Five. I don't know if I did 5 times. The icon is today. Go, Mighty Orbots.
Well, we don't copyright. Don't get stuff. Oh, take it in.
Take it in. Mighty Orbots. We've teased it. We've talked about it. We hinted about it. We said, you know what? No time like the present. Go, Mighty Orbots.
Let's go.
I know we got off our other theme song of Galaxy Rangers, right? No guts, no glory. And I think that the Mighty Orbot song, Rod is dying. The Mighty Orbot song, it's up there, right? But, you know, we're still going to say G.I. Joe the movie, Cobra. Okay, so you see how the countdown is going, how we're going. So that's what it is, Mighty Orbots. Before we kick it off, you know where to find me, Barry3D.com. Simple as that. Barry3D.com. Find everything where I'm going to be. I'm touring around. I'm going out on the road with my brothers. And yes, so we got a show. By the time this one comes, that's the other time. So if you're here in Ontario, May 20th out in Burlington, we've got it up on our pages. You know, you'll see it on the Barry3D.com website. It's called Straight Out of Burlington with my brothers. A touch of gray comedy. That's who I'm with. So it's me, Dave Sokolowski, Thomas Patrice, Zolf Ali, the 4 of us about to go wild. Comedy troupe about to hit the floor. Then in August, for our friends out in Montreal, we are coming your way August 26th, August 27th. Once again, it's on the website. Look for it. You'll see it. We're touring. We are hitting other dates in between. So more to be added.
Nice.
Rod, where can we find you?
Listen, I'm out there on the internet, on the web, on the World Wide Web. Starting with that way, but that's the only way I can tell everybody. I'm out there, people. Go find your Instagram, find your IG, find your capital I, your little G, whatever way you want to put it. Find it on Instagram. You find me on Mr. Rod C. Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Mr. Rod C. Or if you're in the world of Twitch and you want to see some music and hear some fun and have some good time, you can find me on twitch.tv/DJ Rod C. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have some fun. Now, when you pass through, as I always say, make sure you say hi, say a holler, just give a shout out. I'll give you a shout out. Let's say, yo, I saw you, Iconist. You know, we do that. So, good card that hurts. You can find us there. You can find me there. And then let's go. We're going to have some fun. Anyway, enough about the jibber-jabbing, the jabber-jibbing. We're going to get in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about
Mighty Orbots. Right on. And of course, we got to kick it off. The one makes us look so pretty. The one and only Jason Reese. Who am I talking about, Rod?
Jaybird Digital Art.
Jaybird Digital Arts. You need anything done, you reach out to Jaybird, tell him we sent you, right? Also, got to keep the books alive, got to keep the comic stores going. So if you're in Montreal, Check Swing Comics. If you're here in Ontario, out in Kitchener, Wow Comics. Friends of the show, right? Back to the Balcony with Jimmy. Paul Ash. Battlecom, you know what I mean? And as I said, Touch of Gray Matter with my boys. We have our YouTube show. Look for the links below. Please join. And if you can help the channel grow, we got a coffee page and we've gone a little bit further. Let me talk about this real quick and I'll talk about the end. We finally got ourselves a Patreon page. So look for, patreon.com, Iconis Podcast. On there, we have a couple of tiers that we're going to be going with. One, you can actually put some polls, some comments and all that, the lowest tier. And then the other tier, you will see videos exclusive to our Patreons out there. So if you want to see it, we got 2 videos out there right now on Patreon. Donate, help us grow, and we got something back for you. And for those that start joining, we will add your names to the credits as a thank you in ongoing shows. All right. We good? We good.
I think we're good.
Mighty Orbots. Woo. Woo. So first of all, let's get it straight. Mighty Orbots, even though the show has made a big impact to us over the years, and we're excited to talk about it, the show didn't even last that long. It was only a total of 13 episodes.
Painful when you look at the number. 13. I know 13 is a bad number, but that 13, why did we stop at 13?
Well, see, Rod, here's it is. A 13 might be a bad number, but if you look at any TV episodes, usually they go like 13 or 20 or 20 something for a season. So it was short and sweet. And there's a couple of things that are unique about the series. So one with Mighty Orbots, only 13 episodes and never got a season 2. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Two, the other reason is it's one of the shows that gave a full ending to their characters, right? Obviously, every time you have a character, the character's got to fight a villain. The Mighty Orbots had their villain, right? Umbra, and they fought him for 13 episodes. And in the last episode, they beat him. They beat him. So most of the time when shows or cartoons are on the air, especially back then, it will just kind of fade off into the distance. And you're left there with a question mark over your head going, what happened? What happened? What go on? And then you're on the fan boards, messages, the forums, and you're looking around to see what happened to these characters. And people come up with imaginary tales. You start scrummaging around, looking, say, hey, maybe the writer or the producer put up a little paragraph, say, this is what happened to my characters after. It gives you some closure. A lot of the times the shows didn't have closure. Thunder the Barbarian didn't have closure. Galaxy Rangers didn't have closure. Right? These are cartoons we would watch back in the day. And I'm thinking more North American when I come to think of it, that they didn't have closure. A lot of the anime, they gave them more closure with the characters, right? Or they would close off one story and maybe open another one, but at least the story arc you're watching was closed. Mighty Orbots had closure. No need for therapy.
I'm good. You can write that one off. It's okay. I'm good.
Yeah, no need for therapy. We had closure. So as I said, Mighty Orbots only ran 13 episodes, right? Originally, it started off in September 8th, 1984. Wow. What was interesting about Mighty Orbots is even though it, cartoons at the time, when you look at the intro art, which is, you can see the overseas, the anime influence, because it was done by a studio that did it over there. And the beauty is, a lot of times when you look at these properties, if we look at, for example, one of my favorites, Battle of the Planets. Battle of the Planets had 108 episodes over in Japan. When they brought it over here in North America, they cut down the episodes because some of them were too violent. They had to re-edit it, put it out there, and it came out only to 84 episodes for season 1 as Battle of the Planets. But Gatchaman was 108. Battle of the Planets was only 84.
Right.
Because that's what they would do, right? Power Rangers, same thing. Power Rangers was a property that existed years before it came to North American shores. Saban turned around and got it, re-edited it, put actors out of costume to be the Rangers, but in costume. It was all from overseas that was already done. It was splice and dice, people. Splice and dice. Yeah.
Oh, my finger.
Add it on in. That was a new monster, Thumosaurus. And that's what they do. But Mighty Orbots was commissioned by a North American company, given over to a Japanese company, made for North American audiences. So this is a property we did not even import. It was made overseas for North American audiences. Overseas too, they had it too, right? And I think that's why, because they are used to saying, we give it a beginning, we give it a middle, we give it an end.
Right.
Everyone here in North America went, okay. Because that's the Japanese way. We give it beginning, we give it middle, we give it end. Okay. And that's why we have an ending for this show. So if they could have come back for a second season, absolutely.
Completely.
Do we have closure for our first season? Absolutely.
Completely.
Completely. Couldn't go wrong. So as I said, 1984 in September, first one drops. Poof, go! Mighty Orbots! You heard that? You started to run. That's time to watch some good TV. Animation was good. The voices are good. The designs were cool. So here's the backstory. You got some of this backstory here, Rod? You want to jump in on, or?
No. You go.
All right, and because all right, I gave him a chance. People, I gave him a chance.
He did.
Right?
He did. I did. I know it's good.
So let's go back with the actual history. So Mighty Orbots was developed. The idea was pitched by Fred Silverman, right? And this is probably to his response to all the robot things that were happening there, right? So at the time, think Voltron, Vehicle Voltron, exactly. Transor Z coming off of Goldorak or oh my god, I forgot his name now, and we just did a show on him a couple of months back.
Wow.
I said we know him as Goldorak, and that's how it is in Quebec.
Yes.
And not Transor.
That's why. No, we'll come back to that. I'll jump it out.
Big. We actually did an episode on it. See, right. Gray matter sometimes. It's just a little bit slow. I get a little bit soft in the brain. I got a lot of things going on upstairs, and
oh boy,
wow, Manzinger. No, I'm close. And we all know I'm bad with names. This is why we all.
Oh, Grandizer. Thank you.
Holy wow. Okay. See, I got too much robots on the brain, which goes to Fred's point that robots were a big thing. I know back in the day, kids were like cowboys and Indians and dinosaurs. This is why Jurassic Park does good. Cowboys and aliens. It was interesting. But robots, giant robots. Come on. Power Rangers had a giant robot. As I said, Voltron, Vehicle Voltron, all the robot shows, Raiden, Shogun Warriors. Okay. All right. Back on track. So he went, obviously you could see why he had to pitch it because I was one of these boys. He pitched this idea and came up with the characters. They came up with a pilot. The pilot was a kind of 6 minutes. They liked it. They said, oh, okay. And the pilot, from that test that they did for the 6-minute test they did, when they pitched it, people liked it, said, we're going to run with it. And he went over and sent, and now the thing is, it was called Super Brutes. That was the first original name, not Mighty Orbots. Super Brutes. Now, Brutes spelled B-R-O-O-T as in Tom, S. But it sounds like Brutes, B-R-U-T-E-S. That's how it's pronounced. Mm-hmm. So that's the only change. They changed it from Brutes to Orbots, right? Got produced by Tokyo Movie Shinsai and Intermedia Entertainment, right? In association with MGM UA Television, right? So United States Television Broadcast, and it was a comp thing between the United States and Japan, which was awesome. And the characters were put together, right? So, the series directed by Omaza Tezuka and his brother, Satoshi
Tezuka.
Right. Thank you.
Oh,
also worked on that, helped direct it, and then designs by Akio Suguni and animation by Shingo Akira. Forgive the pronunciation if I messed up the names. I'm sorry. The lips get in the way. It's a good thing my parents gave me a very simple name named Barry, because probably won't even be able to say my own name the way it goes at times. So this guy, this team was the director himself, they did a lot of, so Asuma did a lot of work. He was on and helped TV series like, look, Astro Boy, Big X, Great Adventures of Goku, right? Based on Journeys to the West, Naughty Detective Cops, so Astro Boy is the one that really stands out to me. Oh, here's one of my favorites, Lupin the Third, right? Which is also kind of ties into Lupin that you see on Netflix, right? Because all this was based off a novel. Right. So these are where these characters came from. So Lupin absolutely had me there. Aim for the Ace. He's got like a ton. Space Cobra. Now, for a lot of people out there who watch anime, you know who Space Cobra is. For a lot of you who might not, but you like music, if you look at a Daft Punk video, right? there's a Daft Punk song out there, and I'll Google it during the show. In that video, it's all animated cartoon. You don't see Daft Punk in there at all. It just looks like a Japanese cartoon, a mishmash. That is actual scenes from Space Cobra. It's not Music Sounds Better With You. That's what they're doing, Stardust. That's the song I have in my head, but no, I'm going to go back to that and look it up. Of course, and then of course, Mighty Orbots, Bionic 6, Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light, Visionaries. These are the things he worked on, and those were just the TV shows. And of course, there's television specials like our famous Frosty the Snowman. Back in 1969, this guy is, he's done a whole bunch of the Lupin stuff. Yeah. Wow. Oh, Glogo 13 Queen Bee, which is, he's a professional assassin. So if you like the Hitman video game, go and watch Glogo, right? GOLGO 13 Queen Bee. That's the one he worked on. Great manga, great fun anime, but it's more adult themed. So let's be real on this. I said, if you like the Hitman video game and you watch this, you're like, oh. And as I said, the list literally goes on. So this brings back, so this to show you the kind of the director they got. A flipping one. Good on you. Got the director, you got the character designs, and you start off the whole thing. So we know where it starts for us here in real life, but where was it? What was the setting for this? Well, the setting was very simple for Mighty Orbots. This whole thing started off in the 23rd century. The future is a time of robots and aliens. The people of Earth have banded together along with several other powerful alien races to promote peace throughout the galaxy, forming the United Planets. As part of the United Planets, the Galactica Patrol, a body of law enforcers, works to maintain order under the leadership of Commander Rondu. That was being said while the theme song is and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm in. There's robots, there's aliens. You told me what's going on. 23rd century. All right, I'm cool. I'm almost there.
Yeah. Listen, even on that particular note, just to let you know that the actual person who did the voice for the narration for that was Gary Owens. Gary Owens was the person who did Hanna-Barbera's Space Ghost, who did the voice for Space Ghost, as well as for Dynamite Dog Wonder. He was the human. It was Blue Falcon.
The Blue Falcon!
So that was Gary Owens. So imagine now, you understanding, we're connecting ourselves with some great talent, not only a great director who directed a whole bunch of different, beautiful other projects that we've come to love. We now have a very known and well recognizable voice actor as a narrator.
Absolutely, because huge fan. I mean, of course, we got this thing but we have our own personal favorites. So everyone knows, for me, it's like Gatchaman, Guyver, and if I got to come, Mighty Orbots is up there for me, right? Space Ghost, not Coast to Coast. I'm talking the original Space Ghost. That is fire for me. Absolutely. Blue Falcon as a character was flipping cool, man. And when they redid him in the Scoob movie 3D animated, I'm like, oh, but then you find out it's his son, and it was a little bit more comical, but he had that cool plane, the suit. I'm like, that's sweet. If you guys would have gone with a serious tinge to that instead of a comical tinge, that would have been a pure action, like even if it's a son. So, and the son's done by Mark Wahlberg. So, Space Ghost. Da-da, 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 da-da. Hear it in my head. Gotta watch it after. It can't lose with the voice actors and all this setup, and then even then it still goes with the intro, still saying, however, a powerful criminal organization called Shadow, nothing to do with the Shadow that we talked about before when we fan cast.
No, not that one. No,
this is a different Shadow.
Different Shadow.
It's out to destroy both the Galactica Patrol and the UP, right? Led by Lord Umbra, a massive cyborg computer. Shadow employee, sinister agent, and includes schemes to attack and someday rule over all corners of the known galaxy. There's one thing that helps the fight. This is one thing that helps fight against Shadow. And this is where it gets into the whole thing. So we come to our first character, which is, he seems a very unassuming Clark Kent kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Rob Simmons, no relation to Gene Simmons. That would be cool.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
His air guitar would be on fleek, as the people like to say. I gotta go kill me for that one. So, Rob Simmons is he's an inventor, and he's a secret member of the Galactic Patrol, and he creates 6 robots. You know, now the robots, now before we get it twisted, the robots are human size. They're not giant robots like the Power Rangers, where they have to be kept separately, because in the future you have robots. So if you've seen iRobot with Will Smith, yeah. So if you've seen iRobot, you see that they're human size in that property, in that treatment of it. So they're not giant robots, and they go about their business. But Rob has invented this, machine and certain molecules that when he hits a button, everything changes. So Rob is always in a trench coat. He's got glasses, blonde hair, very unassuming. He's in love with, and he's totally enamored with a girl named Dia, who's also in the Galactic Patrol. And her father is, Ramdu, right? The leader of the, let's call him the Space Police for now. But she's in there. She's a high up level agent. The thing is, nobody knows that Rob is the Mighty Orbots commander. It's a secret identity. The only person that knows is her father, right?
Right.
That's it. Lord Umbra. No, not Lord Umbra. What was I saying? Commander Rondu. Commander Rondu is the only one that knows that Rob is, the Orbots commander. So Rob's always in his lab, and now Rob, if you see him, he's always, and when they start the show, he's in his lab. He's got this big, huge house / research facility. It's just him and the robots that are in there. He's always working on something, always tinkering on something to help mankind. Not weapons. He's not a Tony Stark kind of guy. He's more kind of building in machines to help further mankind. That's what it is. He's not about war, but he understands what's going on. So he's invented this. He's got the robots. Commander Rondu knows. Nobody else knows. They're the same person. When needed, he gets called. Rob starts running down, hits his watch. His costume changes into his kind of, I would say, battle armor, but it's not armor. The costume changes. He gets a helmet, puts it on. He runs over to, he's got a flying car, like the Jetsons.
Right. So basically, he turns into, his watch, his clothes turns into like the Omni suit.
Yes.
It turns into the Omni suit. And basically, when he he floats out and just runs like so. Then basically, part of the whole transition, the whole type of movement is that he, as Barry said, he's in a flying car, aka what they call the beam car. The beam car is piloted by one of the robots. Who? Pray tell? I wonder.
Oh no, tell me more.
It could be oh no.
Oh no, what?
Oh no, I think I know who it might be. No, you know what? Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the very first Orbot was created by Rob Simmons. Rob Simmons created the first robot. His first robot was called Oh No.
Oh no, yes. What?
Oh no is it?
No, oh no, what? Are we having a bad connection?
No. Oh no, we're not having a bad connection. We're talking about the first robot.
Oh, you're talking about one of the Mighty Orbots.
One of the Orbot.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were having a bad connection. Like, oh no, something's going wrong.
No,
oh no.
No. We're good. No, there's no oh no problem. We're having oh no fun. Oh no, so much fun, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're talking about. So we're going to be talking about the first one. The first robot that he made was basically, the first one is the name Oh No, basically just to express her personality. So basically, Oh No resembles a small female-sized child with a demeanor of the mother hen personality of a bossy little sister that often gets the unnerve of Rob and the others. She's feisty. But yes, she's supportive in her role as Rob's assistant. Ono helps keeps the lab running and the rest of the team in line, and at times she feels neglected and unappreciated. But through thick and thin, she's always there to lend the team a hand and a nag one when needed. So basically, she is Rob's assistant. She is the one who's there to keep the team together. So starting off is Rob, then he connects with Ono in the beam pilot. I mean, in the
beam car.
The beam car. Thank you, the beam car, and pilots away Tor is the other. Now, what are we talking about? Who else is here? Let's see. Who else is here? Barry, who else
first
is
of
on
all,
this
then
team?
we got the power of the team, right? We got as I said, he's a big kind of tough guy. His name is Tor, Tor. Tor, not Thor. And I didn't Tor something. Nothing's torn on me.
Oh,
all right, then right.
The torso, maybe the tour of a torso.
Oh,
that could be it.
Pop. There we go. There we go.
Pop.
So we got Tor. So Tor is, as I said, when you see Tor the first time, he's mostly silver. He's got like a red chest plate, and you see him lifting weights. Like, so it really tells you like he's almost the bodybuilder of the team, and he sees himself as the leader of the Orbots, right? But in reality, it's probably more Ono who's the leader because, as you said, she's a mother hen. So even though she looks like a young girl, she's the one that chases after him, saying, "Hey, don't do this, don't do that. You got to do this. Why you not?" So she's really the one that kind of keeps him in line. But Tor looks more like the leader. He's kind of got him an aloof personality. He's quick thinking on his feet. And you're right. He forms like the chestal area, the torso of when they become giant robots. So he's human size, but he's got the bodybuilder physique. Let's just go with that way. And he's pretty much an easy going guy. He's always got a smile on his face. He's there to jump in. And even though, and let's get it straight, there's two things you got to know about Mighty Orbots.
Right.
One, Mighty Orbots, when they're not united as one robot, because they do merge and form, like, how Menasor or Devastator or Voltron, 5 become one, or really it's 6 because, it was later. But on the outside, 5 become one, and they all have a part of the body they form. They when they're separated, they're still Mighty Orbots. When they merge into one, it's Mighty Orbot. The name doesn't really, it's like, oh, look, it's the Orbots. Oh, it's Mighty Orbot or Mighty Orbots. They never change the name. It's not saying, oh, it's Mighty Orbots. And they merge to form,
one.
Right. So, like Orbot 1 or something like that, right? Yeah. So this is who it starts off with. And he's the first one that comes about. So it's Tor. Then we go into the next one. And who do we got here, Rod?
We have Bort. Now, Bort, when you see him, he's a very, very fine individual. He's very thin in nature. He's a very slim, very particular robot. You basically look at him like, oh, you're the very odd, nervous brother of everyone. So yes, he basically is that one with the nervous personality, always not only questioning his own abilities and what he does, but always just kind of nervous that whatever he does, is it doing it right? Am I doing the right thing? Or whatever the case to be. He's always feels like he's always second guessing himself. But when the time comes, he always be able to pull his weight, always to make sure that he contributes, and his ability to think fast. Tor. That's Tor. Sorry, Bort. He's basically the type of individual that he has a morphing power. So he has the ability to basically construct his body into whatever is needed at the time. If you're needed to be a plane, because even once it starts off when Rob is now calling all the robots to come together. When Bort comes out from where he's hiding and charging, he's coming out of the shape of a plane, of a biplane.
Right.
So he's the morpher of the team. When we need a particular machine or anything like that, he has the ability to form what is needed at the time.
Exactly, at the time. So Tor, let's get it right. So Tor is the torso of the body. When he forms, when they got to form Mighty Orbot, right? Tor is the torso, the head of that. And then everyone has to connect onto him, right? Bort forms, he's the lower leg. That's Bort. And Bort, but outside of that, Tor has a strength. Bort is, you put it, he can morph in anything. So he's a transformer within a transformer.
Pretty much.
Anything they need, he could turn himself into, within that kind of size frame. And then we bring down to one of the, one of the 3 females on the team. So we have, oh no, little girl, as Rod said. And then there's, Bo and Boo, right? These are the 2 females of the team. Even introduce it, it's like boo, boo. And you're like, wait a minute, what? So one's BO, the other one's BOO.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Oh no. Okay.
Right. Hey, it was catchy. It was catchy, man. So, she's the most outgoing, assertive member of the team. So this is Boo we're talking about. She's the most outgoing, assertive member, and very confident of the female members of the teams. She likes to play practical jokes. She can't, which they do backfire on her at times. And she learns the hard way, but she's definitely out there. And her primary colors are, yellow and orange. So when she turns around and they form Mighty Orbots, she transforms into the left arm, and she has like energy beams that she can throw. So I just want to make sure I got it right. So she's more, whirlwind, water, geysers. That's where her powers are. Her powers are more elemental, right? And then we bring in her, I guess, her sister, as we would say, Boo.
Twin sister.
Your twin sister, and she's the shyest member of the team, soft-spoken, yet to prove as brave as her twin in combat. So even standing up for herself and others. So even though she might be soft-spoken, don't get that twisted. And she can do things like turn herself invisible, create force fields, levitate, and even teleport. So and form optic illusions. So these robots are a powerful team before they get into themselves. And when she's forming, she becomes the right arm of the robots, of Mighty Orbot. So this now brings us down to. So we got the arms. We got the torso. We got a leg. Yes, yeah. What do we need? We need one more leg.
We need another leg to stand on. Right on.
Right on. That brings us to who, Rod?
That'll bring us to Crunch. Now, Crunch is the comical, chubby, as they call him. He is the metal disposer. He's a metal disposer. He eats anything. He basically has a trap jaw. So if you remember from James Bond, you remember was it Lockjaw? Lockjaw from
Jaws.
Jaws, just straight Jaws. Correct. Sorry, right. Jaws from the Bonds. And he had that metal teeth, jagged. Crunch had that. He was the cartoony version, but he will eat and consume anything. He consumes literally anything. He's just a walking garbage disposal. So his body, he'll be able to digest anything and be able to convert it into energy. So he's great in any particular tight jams. They're like, you know what? We need to dispose of time. We need to get it. We're trapped underneath. Hold on a second. I'll just eat my way through. That becomes like a big human Pac-Man.
Right? That's what I was saying.
And the funny thing about it, he has that little stout body. He's just like a little big teddy bear type of scenario. But he is just like the comical. He's the comical one in that regard. So definitely he is that. And as Barry's saying, he's now the missing foot. So now he's the left lower leg of Orbot. And
absolutely. And
again, his primary colors are purple and black. So yeah.
What? See, that's one or two Rod's favorite colors right there. That's purple. So as I said, and just to give you a quick rundown. So Oh No, she was voiced by Noelle North. Right? Tor was voiced by, and I'm talking just North America. I'm not talking the Japanese, but if we go to Japanese. So Oh No was done by Noelle North, or in Japan by Miko Ito. Tor was done by Bill Martin, and in Japan it was Tashuo Jinda. Bort, let's see here. Do we have the voice? Okay. Was voiced by Lou Castello. Right? I don't have the Japanese name. Oh, I made my mistake. Yes, he was. Sorry. He was voiced by Jim McGeorge. Right. And in Japan, he was Ken Yamaguchi. Oh my gosh. Yeah. My eyes are hurting me. Right. Bo was done here by Cheryl Alberani. And in Japan, it was Akira Habino. Boo was done by Julie Bennett, and in Japan it was Hitomi Okawawa. Right. Oh wow! And I'm almost done butchering names. I'm sorry. And Crunch was done by Don Messick, and overseas in Japan it was Ikuo Sawika. There we go.
Yeah, there's
Close enough, Rod. You better than these names than I am, man. So these are the characters now. And the thing is, when they formed, I wouldn't say, I don't know how tall they would get, but they would get pretty tall. When they would form, they would
They would basically, let's go as a point of reference. Mm-hmm. Let's go like Voltron. They were literally to the height of maybe, I would say, if not 3/4 of Voltron's height.
Right.
It was full Voltron height. Like I was always, every time I watch it and I look at that and I'm like thinking, how do we get from that particular size, from basically being our normal human height? Because that's what they are. Thor was the only one per se. He was more of that big bodybuilder type of physique. So you can imagine that bodybuilding type of physique just walking through the mall. Excuse me, how you doing, ladies? How you doing, ladies? All right.
Right.
You got any tight shirts up here, ladies? I need some tight shirts. Thank you so much. You know, that was it. Bort was mostly that slim particular individual. Let's think like Sheldon. He has that slender kind of, you know, physique like Sheldon. Bo and Boo, you know, they were just like teenage girls type of, just everything was good. Crunch was just that roly-poly type of guy. Like, I like food. I'm going to eat. What we got? Listen, we going to eat after this show? Are we finished after this? Like, after this battle, we got something to eat? You got something for me? Oh, no? Nothing? Because he's just the comic relief, and he just loved to eat. So, trust me.
But that was his power, because nothing could have kept him down.
Nothing. He's like, yo, we going to eat right now? Like, listen, I just used a lot of energy. You got anything? Oh, no? How about the beam car? Can I eat the beam car? No. All right, Rob. Can't eat the beam car. That's it. So yeah, that's the physique aspect of it. So seeing that they grew to the height of Voltron, I will admit that was always one of those things that I can't. Like I'll say right now, I can't recall off the top of my head if that was ever explained.
No, and I've come up with an assumption, right? So my assumption is, and you're right. I think he is about that tall. Looking at past pictures. So my assumption is the reason they can get that tall is when they start to merge, this happens even before then. This goes into the invention with Rod and his Omni suit. He's had to probably impart that technology within them. It causes them to change to larger than themselves.
Yeah, increase in size,
interlock together. And then when they're locked together, it's held together with, Crunch, because Crunch is getting all the extra power right now for the rest of them to remain in that form. Then they can all use their powers individually, and on top of it, you'd still hear their voices. So it's not to say that they would merge and then they would all lose their consciousness. Each one could still talk to each one, even though they were merged together. So, and the beauty of it, which was so cool, is that once the Mighty Orbot itself formed, it still wasn't on. Like the robot would get all together, all of them could still talk, but it was it's kind of motionless. And you see the chest plate open up, and the beam car would fly inside the chest, lock, and then the car would open up like a flower from the top. So if you're looking down, it would open up like a flower, interlock from the bottom, spin around, and then Ono and Rob were in the driver's seats, with a whole computer console inside Mighty Orbot. So that car would transform itself into a full-out command center within there, and interlock all the systems. Like, okay, guys, let's go. And
so let me just give everyone a quick understanding of how big, to get to a visual. Let's get in relatively to right now. The Omni car was about the size of a full deluxe, sedan. It was thick and wide.
Yes.
And just long like a sedan, but it was thick. So I mean, so imagine that. So when the doors open, it had enough room for about a car or two cars, width for them to fly through. So I'm just saying, if that was just the chest part and you still have size, this is what we're saying, that the body, the torso of Orbot, Mighty Orbot, was giving you practically the size of a good, decent sized house. So imagine that built up and everything along that line. So listen, just giving you the understanding, we're not playing with no little T-toys right here, though. No.
They were sizable. And that was the fun of it, that they still were able to access all their powers individually and combine their powers together while they're a Mighty Orbot. So this is, I said, just going forward, we're just not confused. When we say Mighty Orbots is when they're all separated. When we say Mighty Orbot, it's because they formed as one. So, and it's not to say, okay, they would all get inside, so they form Mighty Orbot. Rob and Ono fly inside. The beam car would open up, spin around, boom, it's like a circular command center. Rob's at the controls, ready to go, and they can't take off until Ono, her chest plate opens up, and then comes out and interlocks and puts in the sequence to fully make sure that everyone's united, kind of thing. So it's pretty much you got the car, but no key. Ono was a key.
Ono was the key.
Yeah, you get rid of Ono. There's an episode where Ono changes herself from robot to human, and we can't form Mighty Orbots.
Right.
And they're like, oh, so let's show you how each person is important to it.
Exactly.
Right now,
Very
why do we? Why do we not get season 2? It had the following.
We had the following.
It had the studio. It had the everything going well. It was going well for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as we said before, it was like almost like Transformers. It's that one property. And what property are you saying, Barry? You talking Transformers? No. It was GoBots.
Mm-hmm.
Tonka said that Mighty Orbots was too similar to Mighty GoBots. Take him to court.
And that was it.
That was it, people. That was it. That was it. Now, a lot of you might be aware, and some of you might not be. So we're going to clear some things up real quick, and I won't go into the details of this whole case. It's very convoluted. We're going to go back to GoBots. So here in North America, everyone's like, Transformers! And then GoBots came out after, and they're like, oh, GoBots is copying Transformers. No. What happened was Tonka got the rights to Transformers, brought him from Japan over here. We're working on ways to develop it, to put it out to the audience, and then started kind of just releasing them how they were released in Japan, right? They just make the toys, put it out there. There was really no backstory or no cartoon at the time. It was something being worked on.
Right.
And then, Transformers came over. I can't remember which comic. Was it Kenner that had Transformers?
No,
Mattel. Mattel, sorry. Yes, Mattel. So Mattel went and got Transformers after. Now, the original Transformers were never interlocked in any kind of story. It was just one company making all these kind of Transformers. So you had two different companies that were making them. Tonka bought one, Mattel bought the other one, and Mattel says, we need to get this to market as quick as possible because we know our competition has something. I think ours is better. How can we get it out? And that's when they turned around and did a campaign with the Transformers miniseries that they dropped the first time, More Than Meets the Eye. And everyone was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And that's how Transformers seemed to be first. But in reality, GoBots were released first.
Yeah.
So, of course, now Tonka's taking that hit like, but we're not second. We didn't copy the idea. We're original. And then Tonka turned around and said, Mighty Orbots. Wait a minute. What do you mean Mighty Orbots? You mean Mighty GoBots? No, Mighty Orbots. No, we don't own Orbots. Who's Orbots? We got GoBots. And they said the names are too similar. It was a whole court case. It got ugly. People wanted money. People wanted cease and desist, the whole 9 yards. Oh, yeah. And that's why Mighty Orbots never got a second season, because the studio that had it said, this is too much trouble, too much money, back and forth.
I'm out. Deuces,
we're out. And that was the end of Mighty Orbots, unfortunately. And I know they did release some toys limited, but it was not near as what I think it should have gone or could have gone.
Completely.
So, yeah, once a lot of times it's like the kids are ready to play, but then the adults turn around and ruin it because people get greedy. There's enough for everybody, people.
Come on, people.
There's enough for everybody. So this is why we never got that second season. That's why I kind of wait the dinosaur. Now, who has the rights right now? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Tonka did buy it. And that's the interesting thing is over in Japan, you can make a giant robot, put it to the market. Kids will say, hey, that looks cool. Mom, Dad, can you buy that for me? They'll get it, and they'll make up the whole play in their mind of, is this robot a good robot, a bad robot? It's from outer space. It's from Earth. Their imagination, and they're used to saying, oh, giant robot. Okay, I'm going to take this giant robot, fight this giant robot. That's it. Here in North America, we need direction. So we don't know if we see a robot, it's like, okay, but what's his backstory? And that's how the marketing is here in North America. So these are why these cartoons are so important to let kids know, because the Transformers line, where there was Optimus and Megatron, overseas, even though they had the names right in Japan, They didn't know about Decepticon and Mega and Autobots. There was no roar going on. It was like, oh, these robots are going to fight each other, and that's what the kids play. And then it was us that came here in North America who got it and said, we need to give it a backstory. All right, these ones are the good guys because they're cars. Yeah. These ones are bad guys because they're weapons. We're going to give them this symbol of Decepticon. This one is Autobot. All right, make a backstory. He's a leader. He's a leader of the bad guys. They came from another planet. All right, we're good. So here in North America, we tell the kids how to use the toys and how to interact and who to buy to counteract who. Where in Japan, you just buy it and let your imagination run wild. So there's some kid over in Japan saw Optimus, saw Megatron, and said, maybe they're brothers. Right? That imagination's gone different. He probably didn't even have them fighting each other. He probably took those two toys home and said, Godzilla. Yeah, well, Godzilla's always attacking Tokyo. Let's do this. And maybe they're made by humans to defend Tokyo. That's how it could play on his imagination. Here we did it differently. So,
well, see the scenario for one. I'm trying to remember which. I saw a show that was more of a documentary, and they were saying it was more or less is when they were bringing over. Samba was bringing over Power Rangers.
Yes.
During that particular documentary that I saw, you said it correctly. North America, they grew up to that point. It was all G.I. Joe, army type of dolls. There was really nothing too major. They may have the Barbie, definitely Barbie, but male-wise for toys for boys, little boys and stuff like that, was always the army type of fight, with gun and rifles and stuff like that. So trying to convey North America to understand, like, you know what, these are giant robots, or like Power Rangers at that point, the same way. They'd have no clue. They did marketing, and all kids were like confused. Like, I don't know what to do with these. I'm confused. I don't. But because Japan, they've been in that type of anime for years, ever. It's now by the time the 80s come, you're now talking to a child or a person who's been watching anime since the 70s. They grew up. They were born, birth into anime over there. It was like, all right, okay, I can do this. Here, America, they weren't ready for that. So this is a slow build up. Now, to go back to what you're saying, we don't have. Can we get a second season? This is where I can say yes. Why? Because now we are like the Japanese culture in the 80s. We now have grown up. Everybody is accustomed to any type of anime, type of imagery, movies, cartoons, anything like that. Hard like physical robots, anything along that line. So this would honestly be the perfect time. Like, listen, I can't even mentally count how many different type of cartoons and anime that's going on right now that we are watching. Old ones from back in our day has become cult classics, and I can't even list off like Robotech, Transformers. You know what? I just saw an image here to give me a quick. I was just going off, and I just like, oh yeah, I remember you. So like Voltron, Grandizer Z, as we were saying earlier. Original Transformers, Gundam, Robotech. Listen, there are Macross. There's so much stuff in the 80s that was slowly trying to filter through. Now,
Star Blazers.
It's becoming second nature. It's children now are birthed into anime, into cartoons now. It is not a problem. So, can they do a second season? Easily. You know what? Let's just go what they've done with. I know I've said it before in previous shows in regards to Thundercats. When they redid Thundercats, my hat's off to them. They gave us some depth, they gave us some realism, and made that more of a show that you can fall for. And again, very hurtful that they only did
one season.
It was only one season. 2 seasons. No, I think they did 2 seasons. They did 2 seasons. They did 2 seasons for that, and it
matured so well.
Beautiful. Now, again, we're now talking about Voltron, Legendary Defender. That one is easily 6 or 7, although their series again are short.
And that was well done. Got a proper ending.
Completely. So basically, Mighty Orbots can be revisited. Mighty Orbot can be brought back, as you want to make it sound, brought back to life there is a clientele for them. I'm telling you that if it was done right now, did with the proper, with the up to date, basically drawings and anime. I mean, Lord, you can go as in depth as it did with Thundercats, or you can still give it that loose kind of cartoonish way, which is very similar to the original. If they went with Voltron, if we went that type of anime drawing style,
Right.
it would be perfect right now. You can do that. You will have people follow gravitating to you very easily. Um, I, it's a to me it's not even saying it's a no brainer.
No.
It's something that it could be easily done. It could be easily done.
Yeah, I agree with you, because even though, as I said before at the beginning of this podcast, that they did give an ending where they beat Lord Umbra, just because he's been beaten doesn't mean he's not dead. He's just beaten. They might have won the battle. Took him 13 episodes. Didn't win the war. Or someone else can come and replace him. There's a lot of advancement in there. So there's Rob, who about his love interest. Will he keep his secret identity and go further? What will happen with Mighty Orbots in the future? Do they get upgrades? Do they turn around at one point, burn out? There's so many things. Do they retire? There's so many possibilities that can get even further. Does Rob turn around and take over Commander Rondu's position, because maybe he goes up and something happens that Rondu has to retire? We don't know. He goes. So many possibilities. So on a side note, before we fan cast it, I know I mentioned at the top of the show that there is Space Cobra, the cartoon Space Cobra. And if you want to see the music video where Space Cobra is in the Daft Punk song, and it's very simple. The song is called One More Time by Daft Punk. You look at that song, you will see the art style from Space Cobra, and then you can look at Space Cobra and say, oh, so when you see that blonde guy running around with a smirk, that's Space Cobra. That's where the stuff came from. One More Time video, Daft Punk. Now, let's just get down to it. We're near the end of the show, so we're going to do it. We got to fan cast it. That's what we're here for. We talk about it. We get some history about it. We talk and do shout outs to our friends, and then we fan cast it. So we're going to go through Rob. We're going to go through all the Orbots.
Okay.
For voice work. So let me say, I know a lot of times you say live or cartoon. I vote cartoon. Continue to cartoon. It started off good. Let's keep it going. I don't want to see this live action treatment. That's my point. Rod, what about you?
I'm cartoon. I'm cartoon, because we won't be able to, just like I said prior to some previous ones.
Yeah.
We will not be able to get depth from the characters if we did a movie.
Yeah.
I got 2.5 hours. I basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters to get a feel for and that's just the Mighty Orbot plus Rob. We're not talking about the commander. We're not talking about the rest. That's just
the no
so
commander,
many people.
No one. Yeah, exactly.
It's too short of a time frame to get a good depth understanding of all those characters. So it gotta be cartoon. It's gotta be.
I agree. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this one by one, right? So make it easier for us and for you guys listening to hear our choices. You know how it goes. We never discuss who we have ahead of time. We just kind of throw it out the podcast and go, oh, all right. So. Right. So if we had to break it down, let's go with obviously we're gonna go with Rob, right?
Got it.
So we're going with Rob Simmons, the Orbot commander. For myself, I wanted someone to have that can play a soft voice but a commanding voice at the same time. If you got to be the Orbot's commander, you have to command. But the rest of the time in life, you got to learn how to key it down a little bit and not give yourself away. To me, Phil Lamar. Rob's walking away. That's where I'm going with. So Phil Lamar, if you're not sure about Phil Lamar's work, you would see him on Mad TV playing the NC UPS guy. He's a little skinny, thin guy himself.
Stop it.
Right.
Stop it.
But his voice, heavy.
Don't.
Phil Lamar
you let off with that. No, go. Yeah. I know where you're about to go. You should have went this one first. Go on.
Right. So Phil Lamar to me he's done the voice for Jon Stewart on Green Lantern. He's done the voice for Samurai Jack in that whole series. Right there. Phil Lamar has got that. You see Phil and you're like, oh, okay. Then you hear Phil talk. You're like, oh, okay. Right. If you close your eyes, Phil will have you walking through, the enemy lines. So there we go. Phil Lamar.
Oh, wow.
Hit me with Rod.
I will admit you got me on that one. Like my person is good, but I wasn't coming to the heavy tenor. I wasn't coming for that heavy. I was saying say it with your chest. Say it so your chest hairs can talk to you. That's Phil Lamar. Not your chest. Your chest hairs are talking to you. That's Phil
Right?
Lamar. I was gonna go with Tom Holland. I was going
Oh,
with Tom Holland because I was going more of the light. Like he's still he has that ability to play the. You said it earlier, the bumbling type of Clark Kent type of second personality type of person. So
right?
I was gonna say that because oops. So yes, we seen him in in Spider Man, and he has a lightheartedness, whatever the case would be. Uh, Seen a couple, haven't really heard it often enough, but we heard him in Uncharted. So the trailer for Uncharted is coming out. Now he's playing Nathan Drake, but that's supposed to be a very commanding type of role. He's he's an adventurer and stuff like that. So he would be able to pull that, as be able to pull that, take control, take command, and let's say, okay, we're gonna do this, team. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Mhm.
Because he still has that young voice. So I was going with that, but woo.
I like your choice, though. I like your choice because your choice would really, yeah, okay. But yeah, I was going Phil Lamar, man. I was going captain. I mean, if I needed someone to lead, that's who I'm going to lead.
But woo, Phil Lamar. I'm not trying to down my like Tom, you listening? I got you.
Got you.
You're
Tom.
good. I'm with you, Tom. You're my man. You're my boy. You're my boy. I'm in.
Yeah.
But woo, this guy just came out and just gave me double barrels to the chest. Phil Lamar. Woo. Chest hair, we're talking here, boy. Chest hair, we're talking.
Chest hair. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let me see if I can get you my second one. So now we're gonna go with Oh No. So with
Got it.
Oh No, I was going with the voice actress of Tara Strong.
Woo, woo, woo. Woo. Barry, I'm just thinking that you have been upset with me from the previous month, and you just said, "Friggin', I'm just going in." Lock, stock, and barrel, we're going in. I'm taking out your chest. I know we're family, but I'm taking your chest out, son. Cuz, I'm taking your chest out. Woo! He coming in strong with Tara Strong?
Tara Strong.
Okay.
So,
okay.
If you don't know, Tara Strong has done a lot of voice work. She's done voice work on Powerpuff Girls. She's done voice work on, Timmy Turner. She's My Little Pony. She's got it going on. Just
Sorry,
spin the
people.
wheels.
I'm just gonna be woo, cause right. Woo!
As Ono, spin the wheel. Who do you got for
Ono?
Tara? I'm sorry. Who do you got for Ono?
Listen, I see your voice actress, and I counter your voice actress. Unfortunately, my girl has a little bit more clout, a little bit more. I'm gonna go with a Cree Summer. I was like, this guy he went voice on me. I came back, but because this is Cree. Now Cree has that range. I know Tara has the range, so I'm not even knocking it. Tara has the range, but Cree has that range. Cree will just take you and make you listen. We don't need anybody to be belittled or anything like that, but Cree will make you cry. I will watch this, and Cree will talk to me and tell me clean up my room, and she's talking to Crunch, and I will put the show on pause and go clean my room. Cree told me clean up my room.
Right.
I'm like
Cree Summer, eh? Okay. Because
listen, yeah, she has the voice. I can't even. You know what? It's like there's too many. It's hard for me to like. I'm like going through here like.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's
we family, but I hate you.
Family.
We family, but I hate you. Okay,
so
put a pin in that.
But
put a pin in
that.
Okay.
But
put a pin in that.
that was a good fight back. That was a good fight there.
Okay,
I'm gonna say.
See, you can't see it. My list is here. It's hard to see, but my list is here. All right. Okay. So I'm not even a joke. So we gonna jump one, and I'm gonna show you something right now. Right. So when it came to Bo and Boo, I had one of the voices for the twins as Cree Summer.
Touche.
Right?
She was honestly, she was on my list for that, but then I'm realizing, no, I can't put her as Boo. I can't put her a Boo or Boo. No. All
right, so hold on. So we go. So I got you. That's good though. That's good. So just because we're on the girls right, so we're on the twins, right? So we're talking about Bo and Boo. Okay. So with Bo as the more avert one, I was going to go Cree Summer, right? And then for Boo, who's the more silent, kind of shyish one, I was going to go with Gray DeLaste. So she's the voice actress for Catwoman, Selena Kyle.
from sorry. So which Selena are we talking? Are we talking about from Harley Quinn?
No. This is hold on. I'm gonna pull it up right now. She's done the TV shows. Hold on. She's done.
Say her name again.
Gray Delist. DE. So Gray and then Delist. DELIST.
Okay.
Oh no. LIS.
Yeah.
Delist. Okay. I thought it was T. Yeah. Delisi. There we go. And I know she's done
great.
Catwoman. I can't remember which Catwoman she did. She did Catwoman Selena Kyle, but I'm not sure if it's the animated series. But we'll find out right now which Catwoman she did.
Why is this taking? I'm trying to pull this on IMDb. Why is she just paused like I can't find her? Okay, let's go here. I need to find a show.
Right. Because see, I know she's playing Catwoman. That's what I'm looking for right now.
Okay. We're gonna come back.
Wait, no, I think I got it. Hold on.
Okay, Rugrats, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls. Okay, she's Very Odd. Okay, of course that's where she run up with Tara. So okay, you cool. You got two people who work together.
Yeah, so Infinite good. Crisis video game. So yeah, there we go. Yeah,
Shaolin Showdown. She was in Shaolin Showdown. Okay, Danny Phantom. Justice League, Shifter and Downpour on Justice League Unlimited.
Right. Okay. So she was Catwoman in a video game, but she's done the voice of Velma. She's done the voice of Timmy Turner's babysitter.
I'll make it even easier for everybody to recognize. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Princess Azula. She played Azula.
There we go. That's my Bo and Boo. So it's Cree Summers and Gray Delisi.
Okay. So Delisi is the more timid one.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Selena Kyle, when playing that Selena Kyle voice, she's not she's very calm. She's like a femme fatale. She plays it very smooth, soft spoken.
Okay.
Right. Every time you see, you don't hear her yelling and screaming. She's always the quiet thunder.
All right. So you know what? It's funny. It's interesting. You brought two people who've worked together, Kree and Tara. So I'm gonna go my boo and Bo, for Bo and Boo. So for Bo, this particular actress, she's worked with one of the other actors I've mentioned. She's basically worked with Rob in his real life. Basically, she's dating Rob right now.
No.
I'm talking about her. Zendaya will be Bo.
Emotional damage. Jeez.
So I would have as her, because again, she has Bo is aggressive. You're not aggressive, but she's a very strong voice type of scenario. So Zendaya does have that ability, and again, still have that little twerky type, not twerky, but that nice little simple kind of conversation. And I want to get back to when I first came across her indirectly due to my daughter and stuff like that, watching, was it Good Luck Charlie? I think it was Good Luck Charlie.
Right.
What was it? One of those early ones that it had to be Good Luck Charlie.
No, it's not Good Luck Charlie. I know you're talking about. It's a dance show that she had with on Disney Plus. It was her and oh my god.
Yeah, then the what's it, Hand Farm? No, I know, but Shake It Up.
That's it. With Bella Thorne. Right. Her and Bella Thorne, because my daughter was a huge person into that show.
Right. So because of that little personality, how her voice can be, I can go with that. Now, I went with that for Bo. Now for Boo, I went with Sophie Turner. Sophie Turner, some may know, she was where was her name? I just passed by.
Why are we fighting like this, man?
Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones, or because I don't. That's the hard end of it. But if I want the soft end, I go with Jean Grey for the X-Men for the X-Men trilogy.
Yeah.
So
she was Phoenix.
Phoenix. Phoenix. So she has the ability to kind of have that little inner talk and just take it easy. And just like, that's it. So I'm giving her that ability. She should have that ability to get that range to hit there. So yeah, so for right now, I have Zendaya and I have Sophie Turner.
Okay. All right now. All right. So we gonna get this way about it. All right then. So then for Tor, I had Rob Paulson. So Rob Paulson has done work on Rick and Morty. He's done work on Pinky and the Brain.
Okay.
He plays Pinky. Now, even though he's got more of a comical thing on that, let's throw him. Obviously he's got the range. The voice of Pinky, right, is very but it's got that gruffness to it.
Yeah, it's a controllable one.
It's got gruffness to it, and I like the gruffness that he portrays with Pinky in Pinky and the Brain. So you take that, give him a serious role. Right, because Tor is a little bit more of a joker. He's he comes across like he smirks a lot. He's always kind of smiling, but he's got that power to the voice. And I didn't want to have two overly powered people as leaders, so that's why I went with Phil as Rob, and then give Paul, another person who's got a gruff voice, as Tor. So that's my Tor right there.
Okay,
might be a little bit of stretch on that one, but that's how I was going.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all good. That's good.
All right. So, who'd you got for Tor?
So I just very, very simple. I'm just gonna say this way. Let's see if I can do this right. Everyone, if you can smell
Jesus,
Tor is cooking.
I started swinging out hard, people, but man, he's coming back and beating me. I'll give you back the $5. Dang.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Listen. This guy, we know he has that gruff kind of look, that voice and everything like that. I'll even just say, but the last few things he did with what's it called? Moana, when he was Maui.
Yes.
He had that toughness, but he was still a soft spoken type of person. It won't be too hard for him to just adjust his voice to give that little growl, like you're saying, because you're absolutely right. Tor does have that kind of growling type of voice. I can't see how Dwayne cannot alter himself. Maybe he won't get exactly, but we don't want exact interpretation to what it was back in '84.
You're right.
We want his spin on it. We want his spin on it, and I think that he'd be able to do that.
Yeah, if you watch the animated Transformers, a 3D animated one.
Right. He was
Cliff Jumper.
Cliff Jumper. Yeah.
Yeah, and he All right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, man. All right. So we got Tor. So we got two more to go. We got Crunch and we got, oh my gosh.
We got Crunch and Bort.
Okay. So for hold on, I'm looking at my notes here. Who do I have next here? Oh, okay. So all right. So for Bort, I had hold on, I want to make sure I have my notes right. Yes. So for Bort, as kind of the nervous, neurotic, thin kind of guy, I had this other actor playing him, which is John DiMaggio.
John
DiMaggio, yeah. And John plays Bender from Futurama.
Touche. Okay.
Only thing he's got to do is shift it. Instead of being overconfident, he's got to be the opposite.
Gotcha.
John DiMaggio as Bort. Shout out to Bender.
Shout out to Bender indeed. Okay.
Shout out to Bender.
Okay. Cool. Now I went. That's a good one.
Thank you. I came out swinging.
Came out swinging. 6 hits.
I might be dizzy, but I'm still standing.
He's still standing. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to approach this guy is kind of quirky, but nervous and all that kind of sense. But I wanted to try something. I went with James Franco.
Woo!
James Franco. James Franco has, I think he'll be all right. Pineapple Express is one of those, very relaxing, like chill kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Again,
Okay.
I'm just going that. I was telling Barry before, I like saying when I was trying to find someone for Bort, it was kind of hard because I'm like, who can play that voice, that type of persona? Because you don't really see it. Once you watch the show, and you'll see to understand, he always had that nervousness about him and always questioning himself, whatever the case may be. That type of character is always portrayed often. I'm sure shows will have it, but it's always maybe like a one-time character on a particular show, in and out. You write in, exit stage right. That's it. You may never see that character again, or see something like that later on.
Yeah.
But that type of character isn't always spoken to in a often enough to make you remember who it is. But James Franco has a lot of range. I mean, he deals with Seth Rogen and all those kind of guys. Listen, this is his friends. To the end. This is the end.
Oh, they ain't friends no more on screen. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're not?
Well, James Franco had some questionable tweets and stuff like that, and he's part of. He got hit with the woke culture kind of thing. So Seth had to stay. Wait, he's on his own. I'm out. Wow. My boy got to take care of himself. I'm out. Yeah, he came out saying he would never work with him again, just for publicly how things have gone down with him. So,
did not know that.
Yeah, we don't get into that in this show. So right. No. But I get what you're saying. Yes, I get what you're saying.
Okay, good. We'll just cut it right there. James Franco. All right, next.
All right. So this leads us down now to the power source, the man who's going to power our Mighty Orbot. This is down to Crunch. I went with someone who has gone into both worlds. This person has started dealing with giant robots. This person has been fighting with and against giant robots and aliens. And this person has also got into voice acting. I'm going with Johnny Bosch. He was one of the Power Rangers. He was the Black Power Ranger. So after the original team left, Johnny came in there, and he's been doing a lot of voice work for anime. Characters. He was one of the Power Rangers. So if you watch the Power Rangers, the movie, the original one, he's in it. He's the one that gets, when they update their Zords, he gets the frog.
Okay.
Right. Here we go. Johnny Young Bosch. There we go. So he's done a lot of, let's see here. Let me go back. He's what has he done? What hasn't he done? I should say.
Right. Okay.
That's the play. Okay. So yeah, he was in Power Rangers, the movie. He's done voices for the characters in Bleach, My Hero Academia, Naruto. Right. The voice, the list goes on. He came to me because he was the voice of my boy, Vash the Stampede in Trigun Badlands.
Okay.
If you watch the anime with Vash the Stampede, he looks like a gunslinger. He's slim. He's got a red long trench coat with a gun, blonde hair, glasses, but he's comical.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, Johnny Bosch, is that guy. So being on Power Rangers, being in Power Rangers the series, being in Power Rangers the movie, he's one of the OG Power Rangers. He took over for Zach when Zach left, and they brought in a new Black Ranger. That was him, and he's been around for a couple of seasons. So he understands that world, and being a voice actor and having some jokes. He's done characters that are action, comedy, in the whole 9 yards. I think it'd be nice to have him on United We Stand kind of mentality. Right.
Okay.
And he's a martial artist in real life. So, right. And I know we're doing cartoon movie, but for him to play something so opposite from himself, I think he would definitely enjoy it. He's done multiple characters, from action characters to comedic characters. He's got the comedic timing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Not too bad. That's okay. I wasn't expecting that. You went that way. Okay, cool.
Form of Raptor Zord. Purple Ranger. Rod will get the joke. That's what I said. I should have been the Sixth Ranger. Raptorzoid.
Cuz I love you. I really do. I really do. But
you're gonna hurt me.
This is when I take that same Raptorzord. Take the same blade. Sorry. Just take it that way. Ladies and gentlemen, as my final entry, I would like to present to the court. We will have the particular individual that we want to be named as Crunch shall be voiced by the one and only legendary voice actor Jack Black. Now, the comical side is what I was going for, having that type of mindset of, playing a person who can, I love food, but everything like that.
Show
but basically, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Iconist, the DJ Rod edition. Today's special we're having is Orbots, delivered by me. So, as I was saying, how we end off the show is like, I'm just going to end it off, let's say, saying Crunch, Blackjack. All right, we're out. Good night, everybody.
Well done, touche. I just came back in to do the credits. I had to leave. I came out strong. I held on. I took my beat, and he came back and he uppercutted me at the end like the video game Punch Out. Can't beat Mike Tyson, especially on a plane. So, on that note, this has been the Iconist Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Barry 3D. I'm here with my cousin, as always,
DJ Rod C. Hey, that's me.
Right on. You know where to find us. Scan the code at the end. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. And definitely check out our Patreon page. Let us know what you want, what you like, and we'll get back to you. And keep in mind, this whole world was created by a pencil, a piece of paper, and lots of imagination. Keep on dreaming.
Go, Mighty Orbots. Symbol complete.
Yeah, we got criminals.
Let's go.